20 facts about MEG Energy under 10 minutes that you didn't know. As of November 2024, MEG Energy has 269 million outstanding shares. Market cap as of today is closer to $6.4 billion, but back then it was 6.8 billion. Enterprise value 7.4. Right now it's closer to 7. And net debt is steady at 600 million Canadian, which is 478 net debt in US dollars. Production Q4 last year was about 102, 600 barrels per day. Today it's closer to 100,000 barrels per day with the turnaround that's taking place. 1.9 billion barrels in 2P reserves, which is basically 50-year RLI, and 923 million LTM free cash flow, and they're paying 10 cents per share quarterly dividend. This also play that is known to be long life, low cost, low risk. It's around 100,000 barrels per day. As you can see, there's production growth that is planned, and they've been doing a good job executing from 2020, essentially going from about 80,000 barrels a day. 2019, they were just above 90,000 barrels per day. Right now, they're closer to 100,000 barrels per day, with plans to grow significantly in the next couple of years towards closer to 135,000 barrels a day. Net debt outstanding, as you can see, production net debt declined from 2019 from between 2 billion to 2.5 billion US to just under 500, which is 600 million Canadian. Common shares outstanding, the buyback program yielded 11% reduction in shares outstanding, basically from peak of 2021, going all the way down to Q3 2024. And they suggest they have material value creation for per common share price, where it increased significantly by 30% CAGR. History from 2008, the company operated in Christina Lake, phase one startup of 3,000 barrels per day, so kind of like a pilot. 2009, phase two expansion increases total capacity to 25,000 barrels per day. 2014, phase 2B expansion enabled production growth to 70,000 barrels per day. Now, 2018 strategic asset sale of Access Pipeline, technical validation of solvent pipeline. So they're known for injecting non-condensable gas and did significant pilot in injecting propane. And in 2023, they increased return to 50% of free cash flow. They proud themselves in returning of capital and growth 2024 and beyond. So in 2025 plus, the disciplined growth supports enhanced free cash flow, which is basically brownfield expansion at MEG Energy. Expected to increase going from 2026, kind of north of 100,000 barrels per day. 2024 production was 102. In Q1, production was a little bit higher, around 104. And now it's a little bit down, but in overall capacity is going higher by 2030 to 135,000 barrels per day, suggesting production per share growth at roughly 20% CAGR. 5% production CAGR and 20% production per share CAGR, enabled by share repurchase framework. Multi-year investment plan, as suggested because of the growth. 2024, 100 million was allocated to growth, and sustaining capital was 450 million this year. In 2025, 435 million goes to sustaining, 70 million going to turnaround, which is why the production is down in Q2, and growth 130 million, which is basically yielding 635 million dollars in 2025 as part of the multi-year investment plan. And this is going to be closer to the number in 2026, in 2027, with emphasis on growth and sustaining capital. Their idea is they're enabling access to higher quality resource, accelerating cash flow, and generating higher free cash flow. Flow per share is expected to increase from $2 per share in 2025, just north of $2, towards 2028, $4, and towards 2030, $6.5 per share. And the cumulative free cash flow value is expected to increase significantly towards 2030, where 4.5 billion projected cumulative value of free cash flow is being generated, and it's suggested the enterprise value right now is closer to 7 billion. So by 2030, in 5 years, generating 4.5 billion projected cumulative free cash flow is a significant value proposition. It is located in Alberta, in Christina Lake region. They have 100% working interest in portfolio. Christina Lake, high quality, long life asset. 1.9 billion barrels of 2P reserves, 50-year RLI, and regulatory approval to increase production to 110,000 barrels per day, but the increase is going to be 235 by 2030. A top tier SOR with path to improvement, so SOR is closer to 2.2 to 2.4, which is one of the lower SORs in the province. Proven recovery techniques, which is SAGD, and de-risk pad development inventory. They also have opportunity for greenfield expansion in the Sermont untapped potential, but that will be a greenfield expansion that's currently not in the plan. They do have highest quality non-producing asset over there, and opportunity for the future and greenfield expansion. Pride themselves in having somewhat of homogeneous reservoirs, seen as an core image showing kind of cleaner pay, 35-meter pay via the well log in the northwest location there. And as mentioned, high quality development target, pad sequence maximizing NPV, all land accessible through single central process facility, which is a requirement for processing basically produced liquids and gases and generating steam to be injected into the reservoirs. And steam expansion enables access to full development area. Through their optimization work, they see 50% increase in first year well performance delivery. When it comes to cumulative production per well, there's a significant increase in recent pads, faster ramp up and higher peak oil rates compared to prior generation of wells. And top tier well productivity, average well oil rate is increasing relatively to peers as well, where they're among industry best since 2022. Technical excellence in reducing steam to oil ratio, where the steam is being injected, reduces the viscosity of oil to be drained by gravity. And they basically suggest that their SOR is declining towards 2, so 20% lower SOR from legacy well pads, 5% increase in average oil saturation, so basically suggesting they're developing new, better cores and better pays, and top tier SOR, which is one of the lowest in the industry due to reservoir quality and basically their operational strategy. Expansion project, capital efficient expansion enables access to higher quality resource. The forward facility cost is about $440 million. I provided the path on how this money is going to be spent in their budget. The capital efficiency is less than 25,000 per flowing, and the capacity increase is 25,000 barrels per day, basically getting them to 135,000 barrels per day production oil rate in the future, with highly economic IRRs of 50% at $70 WTI and 25% IRR at $50 WTI. Production growth is expected towards 2030, and facility expansion capital is suggested is about 440 million, with 2026 basically seeing majority of the expenses towards that goal. And in 2025, the steam capabilities and the process handling are being advanced, where 2026, 2027, it's more on the kind of emulsion handling in the back. Project milestones, 2025 construction started, 2026 steam in service, and 2027 expansion complete. And by 2027, the wells could be circulated because the steam will be in service. Free cash flow, if we look at 2025 to 2030 timeframe on cumulative adjusted funds flow, basically there's sensitivity here on different cumulative AFFs and uses of cash. So basically the cumulative free cash flow at $70 per barrel WTI represents 65% of MEG's market cap. And the capex basically sustained at $50 WTI with base dividend, And after $60 or so, higher 50s, the share buyback program is being secured and safe, obviously with more torque towards higher oil prices. That was a review of MEG Energy. Hopefully you enjoyed it. All the best.